Good afternoon. Welcome to the news at 3:30. My name is Abigail Akofa Adasa. Coming up in the bulletin, Jomoro demonstrator they go red today. Speaking Chi in court is a disgrace to police service. This one is also coming from the CID boss to detective. And the National Democratic Congress Western Region Secretariat announces the sudden demise of Honorable Alfred Echo Jan. And then we'll be having Richard Kekmensa to give us more details on that. Oil giant ENI sues government of Ghana in London. And then the University of Cape Coast has been ranked #1 university in Ghana. And then we'll do business where over $1.5 million cocoa board farmers what scholarship cash misapplied. And then Jinapor charges the GISDEG board to develop Ghana's iron and steel industry to foreign, where Ugandans don't want to leave Afghanistan. This one is coming from their foreign minister. And then Tanzania MP is facing criminal probe over COVID-19 bribery allegation. We'll bring you sports and then some entertainment stories. And all the stories will come up in the next 30 minutes. Now the stories in details. Jomoro municipality went red today to demonstrate against border closure in Ghana and Jomoro as a whole. According to Western Radio's reporter Evans Kenya, the demonstration saw a lot of dignitaries in attendance, including the MP for the area, addressing the media. During the demonstration, she appealed to government to come to their aid and open the borders for businesses to flow. She also made the session that she made the comment on the flow of parliament, also asked questions about how or when the borders will be opened, but the answers that were given were not satisfactory, and therefore this demonstration. Let's take a listen to her.
Please, let me talk. Why this demonstration?
We are doing this demonstration because the land borders in Ghana have been closed for way too long. It's been almost 2 years. Our people at the border towns are suffering. As you can tell, people are crying. People that wait for bank loans cannot repay. Lives have been lost. Marriages have been broken. People are committing suicide. The whole town is getting into like the ghost place because people are moving out of this place. So people are suffering. They can't pay school fees. Marriages are just turning apart. A lot of things are happening. A lot of hardships. So we are doing this demonstration to tell the government that they should really pay attention and do something about the reopening of the borders because it's been closed for way too long. The airports are closed, reopened, but the land borders have not been open. And it's really affecting the livelihood of our people. We've done everything. As a member of parliament, I did a statement. I called on the interior minister to ask him about the closure of the border. Nothing has been done. So we are hoping that by doing this demonstration, it will help us. The government will hear us to do something, and that is why we are doing this demonstration. It's a peaceful one. We are only pleading to the government, our father, Ganato, to do something because people are really suffering at the border towns. You can tell a lot of people are crying. Things are happening. Lives are being lost.
So that was the MP for Jomoro's marriages are being destroyed because of this. That is the assemblyman for the area. That is Nana Kwesi. He also appealed to government to open the borders, and he also spoke about the petition. Let's take a listen to him.
I'll go. Oh, Charlie. Okay.
All right, so he also presented a petition to the MC for Jomoro. Let's also take a listen to some of the demonstrators.
and Crafua at the quarters, Kagapo, some of them are from Yansa, and I was a young and I am from some of them, and I am near that. Some of them at the quarter, I'm more from Yansa, and I'm not a front, no more of them. I just said, I am rapper than Yansa. I have to Abano. Maybe I am the say, so see, I have people fire from her. I'm not a papa now, I say, what about now, I say, see, I cry, I can pay for him, and the Benjamin from her. I'll be our MVP. Make a just on Trabano and man another. On Trabano Mano, into Anya Naduye, and Manitati and Crawford, as I said, that be Biala, Badano, Baumisa, and this for her, and the Pisha for her, into Anya home, not Anya the Omia Badano. Now that's also Umia Badana, chance I be Ubia Badana, Cabana Baka Crampo, I womb. So Ubia Badana, Cabana Baka Cra, or more bad, migration her, had to for her, or Mobaya Hubi. So see how Umia Badano, Uncaform Uramu, Etupano, a chance of Abia Badano, fine. Into Omia Badano, Bia Badana, Kawaka, or Ramka from Yansa, or Mona, or Mofa Hase, no Mokadaka, at what car, and Nikawaka Mutu, more than 500. And young Crawford, I'm going to cross on. Now, say, ya to a bano, Yadiama, my Umia Badano, and my Yanni, the not to fear. Stop. I can't yard one cry, ya quite free and Yama. Says, I must free and Amapium. That's I say, I to Badan Muti, or be the in the storm, Muska, Ade. Nana, make a panon pouch.
That is it. The border should be open. That was the call from everybody in Jomara. They said it's been a heartbreak for all of them. So the government should open the borders. We've heard from the Member of Parliament for Jomara, who is in person of Honorable Dorcas Afu-Tofe. And then we've heard the Assemblyman for the area also speaking. And then we've heard some other demonstrators also talking. Now to other stories. Commissioner of Police Isaac Kenyebwa, Director General of the Ghana Police Services Criminal Investigation Department, CID, has tasked investigators to take a keen interest in the official language of the country. He is of the view that speaking English should be that is a source of pride to any police detective, should be critical interrogation of subjects and report writing. Now, speaking at the graduation ceremony at the Detective Training Academy in Accra, COP Ben Boachi tasked the 95 detectives to make the service proud by speaking English in a court during prosecution. For this part, Head of RGE Academy, Chief Superintendent Baba Idrisu disclosed areas in which the detectives had received training, among others in criminal procedure, criminal investigations, human trafficking, human rights, and child-friendly policing. He also celebrated current and former CID officials who offered their experiences to the newly trained officers, according to, and that was that is an interaction with them. The best participant from the training was once Constable Perpetual Denny of Ajesu CID Koforidua. And now to other stories. The National Democratic Congress Western Regional Chapter, they say that they regret to announce to the general public the sudden demise of Honorable Alfred Jan. It was communicated through the family. Now, the late Alfred Jan, aka Abot, was the former Western Regional Deputy Minister between March 2013 to January 2017 under the tenure of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We'll go over to the communication officer for Western Region, Mr. Richard Kirkman, who is communication director, for him to give us details of the story. Hello, Mr. Richard. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
Very well. How are you doing too?
We are still in the mourning state. We were shocked and devastated with the sudden demise of our very hardworking comrade, who was once time the Deputy Regional Minister and two-time parliamentary candidate for Takrady constituency. That's 2012 and 2016.
Okay.
And until his demise, he was the head of the communication committee. You know, I'm the communication officer.
Yes.
We have a communication committee who normally sit down and as an advisory body to the communication department. So he's the chairman of the committee, and he's the president of the professional forum of Western Region. And we're very, apart from his political life, he's a very good friend of mine. We talk on daily basis. Every morning we hear from ourselves through WhatsApp, and I go to his house. He also comes to my house, and we have normally from 5 o'clock going. If I'm not on radio, we have a joint that we normally sit and talk.
Okay.
So this thing has really personally has affected me, and to be frank with you, when the news broke up last night, I've not closed my eyes up till now as we speak.
Hey, what is the cause of death? If
the family a while ago issued a statement through the Abushepin, and from the medical report that has come, they said that the cause of death was a result of cancer and its related complications.
So not COVID-19, as been reported by other media houses.
Yeah, no. It is nothing to do with COVID. He went for his normal checkup, and he got to know that he had a cancer-related issue. So they quickly admitted him, and they tried to, because it has developed to a different stage with complications. That was what he was embattled with before his demise.
Okay. Thank you very much for the clarification. And no updates will come, and then
yes, if any other update, you will be the first to hear. You know, West End is our priority station, and
thank you.
We are working hand in hand to develop the Western Region.
Okay. Thank you very much for the update. Have our condolences from Western Radio.
Thank you.
Okay. That was Mr. Richard Kirk-Menster, who is the Communications Director for the Western Region. Away from that, Italian oil giant Eni has sued the government of Ghana in a London court after a former energy minister, John Peter Mewo, in April 2020, issued a directive to the company and Springfield EMP to begin talks and combine the adjacent oil and gas fields. Mr. Mewo gave them until September 18, 2021 to reach an agreement. His directive said that seismic data had indicated Eni's Sankofa offshore field, which entered production in 2017, and Springfield's Afina discovery had identical reservoir and fluid properties. Now, Eni is now seeking 5 reliefs from the tribunal. Now, these include a declaration that the purported directives by Mr. Mewo and any other steps taken to implement those directives represent a breach of contract under the petroleum agreement. Now, it also wants a declaration that the respondents take no further action to implement the purported utilization of the Sankofa field and Afina discovery on the terms of the purported directive. Now, the claimant is also seeking an order that the respondent pays damages in an amount to be quantified for the losses suffered by Eni arising out of the respondent's breaches of the petroleum agreement, Ghanaian law and international law on a joint and several basis. Eni is seeking an order that the respondent pays all of the costs and expenses of the arbitration, including the fees and expenses of the claimant, counsel, and any witnesses and then or experts in the arbitration. Now, the fees and expenses of the tribunal and the fees of the SCC on a joint and several basis, and or order such further or other relief as the tribunal may in its discretion consider appropriate. Commenting on this development, Mr. Theophilus Achampong, a petroleum economist, said he does not expect Ghana to be slapped with any judgment debt at the end of this case. The University of Cape Coast has been ranked #1 university in Ghana by 2022 Times Higher Education Annual Rankings. Now, to be ranked in a prestigious World University Rankings, universities must publish at least 1,000 papers in reputable publications in a 5-year period between 2016 and 2024. The 2022 rankings. Universities are also excluded if they only teach in a single subject area or if they don't teach undergraduates. Now, this makes the ranking a very exclusive club, but one that many universities strive to be part of. Now, the number of ranked universities has grown year on year. When the first rankings were launched in 2004, they were limited to just 200 participants, growing to 400 in 2011. In 2016, they removed this arbitrary limit on the number of participants, and the number of ranked universities jumped to 981. You're still listening to News Hour here on Western Radio 100.3 FM. Now to business. An amount of 7,290,572 Ghana cedis budget was released into Cocoa Board Farmers World Scholarship Trust Fund for 2 academic years, that's 2017, 2018, and then 2018 and then 2019. And it has been reported that this amount has been misapplied. The 2020 Auditor General report has revealed this. And I said 2017-2018 and the 2018-2019 Parliament approved budgets for assessment of the syndicated loan showed that approximately 7.3 million Ghana cedis was budgeted for the Farmers' World Scholarship. Indeed, according to the AG, the loans were accessed and the money released. Details in the report indicated that an amount of 3,647,286 Ghana cedis was provided for the trust for both 2017 and 2018 and 2018 and then 2019 academic years. But the AG's review of the trust financial record showed the management did not release the funds into the scholarship trust. Now, the report indicated that the trust management also could not confirm the account in which the funds were being held. The Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel A. Jinapor, has retreated the importance of iron and steel in the attainment of the government's industrialization agenda. According to him, government's plan for the automobile and railway industries hinge on the consistent availability of the iron and steel, hence its importance to the government. Now, speaking during the inauguration of the board for Ghana Integrated Iron and Steel Development Corporation on Wednesday, September 1, 2021, the minister said President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo views the corporation as a strategic institution in the success of his administration, hence the need for the board to deliver on their mandate. Mr. Jinapor said it is tried knowledge that other countries which have developed did not or did so on the back of effective exploitation of their iron resources, and Ghana must follow that same trajectory for growth. And then to sports, a former Ghana international Anthony Bafo believes that the Black Stars would need a good team spirit to qualify for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Ghana missed out on the World Cup in 2018 after failing to qualify from the group. However, the team has commenced preparations for the next edition with the game in hand. Now, in an interview, the 56-year-old professed that the players in the national team have to be mentally tough to be able to withstand any opponent. Now, the former CAF Deputy General Secretary disclosed that it would take a collective effort for the team to qualify to the mood now. Now, the Black Stars have a date with Group G opponent Ethiopia on Friday, September 3 at the Cape Coast Stadium. Ghana will also play South Africa on Monday, September 6 in Johannesburg. Biden Meno has revealed his incredible pride over his first national team call-up, insisting he was completely stunned when Ghana coach Charles Akuno handed him his maiden Black Stars call-up last week, saying he wants to take advantage of the situation. At the Germany ball winger, the culture of the African country is part of him insisting that he is well versed with a Ghanaian tradition and speaks the local language of Twi fluently despite being born in Europe. Now, the 24-year-old, who has both German and Ghanaian citizenship, was handed his first Ghana senior national team call-up when he was invited for this week's 2022 World Cup qualifiers. Menu secured his place in the Ghanaian national team's games against Ethiopia and in South Africa after his recent good performances in the Bundesliga second were noticed by the Black Stars handlers. Now, his impressive form for German side SV Darmstadt 98 for the Black Stars boss to call him for the matches to be played on September 3rd and 6th respectively. Menu joined the Black Stars for the first time on Tuesday as he traveled to Cape Coast when the match against Ethiopia would be played on Friday. Now, with some clubs in Europe refusing to release their players, while some others have completely refused to turn up, he is hoping to impress and establish himself as a first-team player of the Black Stars. And now in entertainment, the boss of Black Avenue Music, Desmond Blackmore, popularly called D-Black, has surprised his signee Sefa with a brand new car. Now, D-Black officially signed Sefa onto his BAM record label in 2007, and the two have had what can best be described as a great manager and artist relationship, even though there have been speculations they are dating. D-Black and Sefa have always insisted that what they have is strictly a working relationship and have at all times been focused on making music. Now, their working relationship is currently at its peak because Sefa's latest single, E-Choke, which features Mr. Ju, is one of the street anthems in Ghana currently. Now, with all the attention Sefa is bringing to the label currently, it does not come as a shock that D-Black will go out of his way to gift her the brand new Kia car. Last one in entertainment, legendary Ghanaian playwright James Ebo White, known in showbiz scene as Uncle Ebo White, says more musicians or magicians have now become pastors. And according to the lead writer at Roveman Production, musicians who in the past were seen performing on stages and in cinemas have metaphors to be men of God and own churches. Speaking to the media, the author and motivational speaker said magicians are no more on stages and in cinemas. They have styled themselves as pastors. They have brought the same tricks and put God's name in it and have started churches to make more money. Now, the renowned playwright recently revealed that he wrote the entire script for Devil's Wife in less than 24 hours. He mentioned that he had written over 60 plays in his life, and yet the experience of his yet-to-be-released play Devil's Wife was different. And now to foreign. Uganda's Foreign Affairs Minister has told legislators that despite government efforts to evacuate Ugandans trapped in Afghanistan, a section of them are not willing to return. Now, again, J.J. Odongo was responding to foreign policy queries raised by legislators on Tuesday. Jan Odongo said that one of the Ugandans his ministry found, only 3 were willing to be flown back home. He noted that his ministry is making arrangements to have them jetted back to the country. However, he said 10 Ugandans have already been evacuated by the United Nations on flights bound for London. 6 of them, he said, have since returned to Uganda. He also dismissed allegations that Afghans brought to the country recently were accorded special treatment. Ugandan MPs had raised fears about the risks Uganda faces while hosting the evacuated Afghans, but the minister said government had taken necessary measures to ensure that the country is secure. Foreign Affairs Junior Minister Mr. Henry Oyem Okello also denied allegations that there was another group of Afghan evacuees expected in the country. And then last one in foreign, Tanzania cleric come politician Josephat Gwajima might soon have a date with detectives from the Office of the Director of Criminal Investigations for a potential criminal case over his recent utterances. Now, this came after the Parliamentary Privileges, Ethics and Powers Committee found him guilty of putting the House into disrepute and advising that some rhetoric by the Kawe lawmaker be investigated further by security organs. Now, soon after the verdict was moved in the House, Attorney General Odadus, who told Mwachi that parliament's decision means that DCI has to swiftly come in and investigate. Following the verdict, Speaker Job Ndugai said that the legislature had washed its hands off the matter, and therefore Home Affairs Minister George Simbanwin and AG Kilangi must immediately take up the matter for investigations. That's all with the news, a recap of these stories. Jomoro demonstrates earlier on today. CID boss said that speaking tree in court is a disgrace to police, and he's saying this to detectives. And then the National Democratic Congress Western Region Secretariat announces the sudden demise of Honorable Alfred Eko-Jan, and we've heard the Western Regional Communication Director, Mr. Richard Kekmensa, giving updates on that. And the oil giant ENI sues government of Ghana in London. And then the University of Cape Coast has been ranked #1 university in Ghana. We did business where over $1.5 million Cocoa Board Farmers World Scholarship cash misapplied. And then Jinaport charges GSTEC board to develop Ghana's iron and steel industry. We did foray where Ugandans are saying no, they don't want to go to their homeland. And this one is coming from their foreign minister. Then Tanzania MP is facing criminal probe over COVID-19 bribery allegation. We also brought you sport and entertainment. My name is Abigail Akofa Adasia. Do stay tuned and enjoy the rest of our programs. Thanks so much for watching live on Facebook.
It's the news on your favorite station. West End 100.3 FM. The news on the hour.